And so I write. Whenever I reach out to the void where I played in my late teens and well into my 20s, I never did note then, but do now, how it seemed never to elapse, nor did it ever let go. Now these strange, incorrigible New Age monsters interfering with what goes on with my second-hand beats frustrate. Liken me not unto a burden, lessen me alike the poor, and notice the strange appetites of the greedy, the eye glances of the vain, and the never say sorry sloths. All are lambs to the slaughter. Some of my friends show themselves to be enemies. Some of my enemies turned out to be friends. I feel bad that now, oh how, at times they bored me. Now everything bores me. I need a change, and not just a new suit and a cheesy villain's moustache. This shit ain't working. Outrageous juxtapositioning of things. Friends tell me that they got on the shit and got off on the shit, implying that it's maybe me. With an unnervous nay, not I say, and move on with my day into a heckless night. And so I write. Eggs beaten from birds of far-off places to the north, to the end of the earth, out of our orbit, beyond and out and off from the far-out spaces. Sold myself in silver, no more than some antichrist, not just any messiah. I remember when marijuana was dearer than gold. I've been sticking myself now with voodoo-type needles, say every Wednesday before noon, for now on 15 or so years. That same old reluctant screaming monkey still on my back. Flick flick, pin prick, one day I'll have it kicked, but not tonight. And so I write. I'm in so much debt, yet I own nothing. Not a thing to pawn. Nothing more, that is, than what an ordinary fellow must have these days. No phone, no car, old analog TV, listening to LPs, laptop with Windows Vista, 5-string guitar, broken electric lamp and lit candles. And so I write. Reckless soldiers awaiting the monsters of our own fabrications, journeys abound and abroad, beyond and back to old dwellings past the moon. Assumptions arise more critical than first supposed, brainstorms and body shakes and midnight crunches and eternal keepings. Nevertheless, this so-called demonstration is forfeited to the one will of our one true God. No one, whoever it be, shall merit my tongue to waver once more of the doings of a man so long ago. He went to the desert, met the devil. I was in the presence of what I thought God after a folk fest one year, ending up in an empty open state school grounds in a town foreign and unknown. My LSD tripping companion was trying to lie perfectly still on top of a port rack, but the acid made him less than disoriented, and he could ne'er find a comfy spot. I was praying, playing in the puddles, asking the sky for at least 2 hours of stable thinking. I did not bargain, nor demanded, but humbly asked. It was around the Christmas holidays, so there was no alarming of getting the hell out of there before Monday bellhops and the cries of children emerging into forms. But still we could not stay, and so I prayed to find a safe place for the night. And so I write. Culture, shock, rock, cock, lock, stock and smoking double barrel, not forgetting the holy shite ghost. Rattle your hum one last time, and don't ever look back to the town where you've spilt so much blood, mostly your own, before. Dream of Goliath situations. Dream once more of pretty girls and their attention, their intentions, driving you erratic and unpleasant and all up, all round and altogether good guy. I sing now those sad, questionable utterances of my lost-serving ghost of original sin. God, Satan, Jesus, Peter, Thomas, Cain, Seth and Abel, Hilkiah, Saul then Paul, Lucifer and my namesake, then again Jesus, then Judas, then James, now Matthias. What do I hope to achieve with these ramblings? For I do hope that some will read them some day. And so I write. I recall the time when you poisoned my pen, yet sickly worshipped the ground I trampled upon. You grew impatient of the comings and goings of the last mentionings of the forgotten, downtrodden, begotten son. Idiocracy elopes over and into my agenda, around my soft, sweet nothings, written on and off well into my soul. And so I write. Listen, my darlings, listen to my awful bellow, melodic and offbeat and making you come. Listen, will you, and shall you never stray with those lost thoughts and ill-conceived misguidance. Never let the sun place shade on your arrival. These are the makings and marks of your oppression. They are without form and discombobulating. Darling sons, would you listen? I'll lead you down the garden pathway, that's for sure. Be sure to stop and smell the roses. It's a sinful, soulless, godless life I lead. Rectify your rationale. Do you think it deserves the full attention of the classroom? The teenage girl in the front row just pissed herself, or was it her first period catching her unawares? In her brief cotton underwear, white, now stained, in sight. And so I write. Irksome lap dancers from drunken, just-of-age teenage harlots. Sex sluts only think they know the moves of the senseless abandonment to my unholy confirmation. I want the keys to heaven and the latch for hell. Prostitution prevails, the princess peeps, and off-peak the summit of sane deliverance. Attach the skylight, onward! And so I write. Notoriously rash and with a nonchalance he headed west, to see once and for all the sunset over the beaches. Filmmakers, streets alive, cameras cruise, bands arise, a fish and ship pub near the South End Wharf in Fremantle. And as he writes this, he thinks again of those days and wonders. Shh, pointed finger against puckered lips. We're waiting for news from America. Keep fighting the good fight. And so I write, but not tonight, not right now. Good night. Amen.